Hey kids, it's Miss Jessica. Tonight we're going to be reading Goodnight, Gorilla by Peggy Rathman. Good night, Gorilla. There's the zookeeper and a gorilla and a little mouse with a pink balloon, and it looks like this gorilla is taking the zookeeper's keys. Uh-oh, he got out of his cage. And him and his little mouse friend are following the zookeeper. His name's Joe. "Good night, elephant," said the zookeeper Joe. And it looks like the little gorilla might be letting him out. We'll see. Yep, there he goes. So the little gorilla let out the elephant, and the mouse has his banana, and now the zookeeper's saying goodnight to the lion. And the gorilla let out the lion too. So now it's the gorilla, the mouse, the elephant, the lion, and good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe. I think they're going to join him too. Good night, armadillo. Now it's the gorilla, the elephant, the lion, the hyena, the giraffe, and the little mouse. And it looks like they're all following Mr. Joe, the zookeeper, to his house. Wonder what they're going to do. Oh, here they go. The armadillo, the mouse, the giraffe, the hyena, the lion, the elephant, and the gorilla are all in the zookeeper's room. There's his wife, and she's asleep and doesn't know what's going on. She wakes up to say, "Good night, dear." They all are going to sleep. Uh-oh. They all say, "Good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night." Uh-oh. She woke up and she found a gorilla in her bed, a mouse in her drawer, and an elephant hiding under the window. And she takes them all back to the zoo. The gorilla, the elephant, the lion, the hyena, the giraffe, the mouse, and the armadillo. And she says, "Good night, zoo." But look at that sneaky gorilla with his keys and his little mouse and his banana. They're following her back to her house to go to sleep. She says, "Good night, dear." And Mr. Joe, the zookeeper, says good night. And the little mouse says, "Good night, gorilla." And Mr. Gorilla is already asleep. Good night.